You've got 2 teleports on the side of G2, means they can play across the entire map, or play the 4-1 and just have 2 teleports available at all times. Wherever Soaz pushes out, you move in, clear the wave, teleport back, and you still have somebody else with the TP available. So G2 have drafted a composition to take care of this Cogmore. We saw this almost exact kind of thing fail against Fnatic, and they ended up losing that game.
Oh, high pressure situation for these teams. G2 and Origen coaches are about to shake hands, about to do battle. The draft is done. It's time for Origen to fight for their spot in the playoffs. Before you can make the next move, Soaz may find himself caught between an Ice Queen and a Blade Master. Perkz flashes over the wall, has access to the tomb, locks down Soaz. There's support coming from Amazing, but it is simply too late.
Too easy for Perkz to roam to the top side. Soaz was trying to maneuver around. They knew it was coming. Origen were actually pinging through the jungle. Amazing was giving the on-the-way pings. Problem is, Quinn in that situation pushed up without a tower. So was the Fiora, but it was G2 that were pushing faster and got to the lane first.
Enabling Emperor to maintain that split push. He's got a small CS advantage. Cull is about 10 CS away from being completed, and there's pressure on turrets.
G2 are prioritizing the turret rather than an overextended Sven in the top lane. This would be an opportunity. If they weren't so set on getting this turret, they will get this. They could have gone top. I think this is the better option.
Soaz is in trouble. Culling comes down. A flash forward from Emperor. Soaz gets away from the blinding light, piercing light rather. And the double tap from Emperor. That's a second kill for G2. Ravenous Hydra completed. Runic Echoes, Abyssal Scepter, Essence Reaver. So every champion on the side of G2, maybe barring Hybrid, has got their first item timing spike. So they're looking for some action. Maybe they have found it. Perkz teleports in. Soaz has no flash available, and this will be another easy kill. Origen are down 3 kills, down a tower, and down 2,000 gold. But their composition has a very large amount of headroom, so they're always going to scale very well. Look, Sven is just allowed to sit still. Yeah, Shockwave comes up and pulls Trick backwards as Finn gets bounced into the middle of the team. 2 members of Origen are down before anybody can react. Soaz finally starts to teleport. He wants to close this one out. We'll see if he can chase anyone down for exit kills. Comes flying in on Valor, blinds up Perkz, continues to chase. The tomb is going to be available very soon, but not soon enough. Perkz goes down. They turn it back around, and the crowd erupts with life. Soaz has got one on the board. It's Amazing. Looks to get himself a double kill. And they turned that fight on its head.
This actually ended up way better for Origen than it should have. When we get the replay, you'll see just how late Soaz actually comes to the fight. I want to double check his health and mana perhaps before he TP'd in, but comes up big time for Origen. G2, a little bit of a messy fight to start that one off. Soaz comes in to clean it up. Looks like perhaps the same as yesterday, where the early game is a bit rough for Soaz, but he can start to take over. There was a fair amount of damage that came out from Power of Evil in this fight as well, but G2 may be overcommitting there to say that the game is over, because I don't feel like it is, but that mistake elongates the game and gives Sven the time to get himself to 2 items.
Oh yes, it does. It also gave Power of Evil a Morella Nomicon. She's going to be using to great efficiency. Trick has already used Explosive Cast to try delay G2. G2 are now in trouble, rather Origen. Origen are going to run down Emperor, defensive flash. Have G2 got enough time to take a tower? If they can trade at least one, there's pressure on some of the other lanes, because look at Kikis. Barley clapping as Origen get a kill, but what is the cost of that kill on Emperor?
Yeah, what's the turnaround? But look at Mythy coming down the river, looking for the flank here on G2. G2 taking this very slowly. Will get it from the minions alone.
Ooh, that was close, and they get the tower.
They do get the tower. Bit of a funny situation top there. Emperor thought he was playing dodgeball with Power of Evil there, dodging around his Qs, but in comes Laser, Blazer, and the rest of Globo Gym, and take him down, as Emperor was like, this is not fair. It's always more beneficial for jungle control with the mid towers being down. At this point, G2 want to push top. Origen actually didn't commit to it. They're committing to Dragon on the bottom side.
Dragon number 3 for Origen. There's waves pushing into the inhibitor turrets against OG, and they're going to be late to this one. I believe the bottom wave is slowly.
They got Amazing!
By a death sentence, the body slam too. He pounces and flashes away, but he can't put enough distance to stay alive. And with Amazing going down, there's no one to stop G2 wrecking the base. The inhibitor turret is down. Blinding Assault comes out. The inhibitor down to half HP. The Shockwave finds nobody as Hybrid flashes away to safety.
You know, they got the kill and looking to follow up. Really interesting. Okay, G2 is starting this. There are 2 blue trinkets available, which means they're about to stop Baron very quickly.
And there is a teleport.
There's the first blue trinket.
Needs to vision.
This isn't dying fast enough.
Baron's down to 5,000. Teleports coming in just behind. Perks finds PoE. Shockwave will not connect because of Repulse. Miffy is now on the back line. And Power of Evil is done. I would love to get a slow-mo to double check that. Perks is now in somewhat of a trouble. Self-cast. He has an Hourglass available too. And Sven gets jumped on. Kikis wants to squash the bug under his boot, but he'll take down Miffy first. Sven continues to try and kite back before he's bounced by the barrel. That's a double kill now. They chase down Amazing. Origen get aced.
A great set of team fights there from G2. The way they balanced a lot of their abilities was exactly what they needed. The fact that Trick held his ultimate for so long in that fight just to pop Sven as the fight went longer and longer. And a key thing you cannot overlook with Alessandra on the map is the amount of time that she soaks up from somebody like Sven, where she goes in, instantly becomes the target from the AD carry, ults herself, you can't damage her. Zhonya's, you can't damage her. And by that point, the W is about to run out. Origen aren't done yet.
No, they're not, but the inhibitor will be. 1 or 2 more autos is all it needs. Oh! Shockwave secures a triple kill as Hybrid manages to make it away. Maybe it was a 3-man quadra kill for Power of Evil, and they defend their top inhib.
Origen punishing the greedy G2, stacking. Is it going to be Baron time for Origen? Is this the same kind of situation that G2 were in against Fnatic, where it's one play, one misplay, turns the game around for them and they lose a game that they had almost certainly won?
30-second death time is on the side of G2. Trick, the only man standing with Smite and Explosive Cast available.
He's got the level advantage here.
Let's find out. Baron down to 4,500, rolls the barrel into OG. Soaz and PoE trying to disrupt. Trick needs to use the burst and the Smite for the kill. He's got the shutdown as a Power of Evil. He saves his own life, while Amazing secures Baron. And Stress, we've got a game on our hands.
We have at this point, man, Origen.
And G2, remember, 2 teleports available. Wave is pushing towards OG in the bottom lane, and I think towards G2 in the top lane. In a turret for Dragon and the dot on towers. Probably worth, I think.
So this is slowing Origen from potentially getting a 5th Dragon. They're only on 3 right now. Teleport comes in to defend from Perks.
The claw.
He goes in.
Through a flash route. Perks stuns 3 members of OG. Let's go Golden and Hourglass is up. All of a sudden Origen are split up. Soaz is running for his life. May take Hybrid with him. And it's G2 that are split up on the fight.
They've
Trick
got to get
gets the body slam. They've taken Soaz down. Kikis and Emperor. They're peeling. They're running. They're trying to stay away from the Caterpillar as G2 have bought enough time. They've got Soaz down. They've thwarted the Baron push. And you can see everybody backstage watching the game. It is balancing on a knife edge.
Oh, Emperor nearly went in touching range. Does he Ardent plays the bush?
Oh,
he's got another.
no.
He cullings.
That is such a good call. Emperor interrupts. Well, it fizzles.
The thing is, he let Amazing recall at that point, so they have the numbers advantage. They just don't know it. They weren't sure that Amazing recalled here. The numbers were in favor of G2.
And now Hybrid, the shockwave's used just to take him down, but he's got the box out. Sven will get slowed by the barrel roll and continues to kite and run away. Ultimates will be available for Trick and Perks very shortly. Miffy may give his life here. Kikis is jumping onto Amazing, but he's got to be careful. 3 members of Origen sitting in front of him. The Glacial Path not followed through as Perks is very low on HP. And all of a sudden, we're still not done, Stress. Teleport this time from Soaz.
And this is the counter engage because they just saw how many ultimates we use. Soaz goes on Emperor.
Oh, the crits! Oh! Soaz is giggling on the player cam, and so is the audience. Kikis flashes away to save his life. Soaz, you donated a kill, my friend. Last time I saw a top laner do that, it was in Challenger.
Soaz in his mind is like, they're gonna go, and now
the call.
Here comes the call.
Oh, let's see, can they find Sven? They hooked him! Hybrid follows it with a flash and death sentence. Sven is pulled into the middle of the team and taken out. G2 may have just won the game.
Big shockwave.
Viva gets a shockwave and takes down Perks and Hybrid. It's not done yet. Kikis will find Amazing with the help of Emperor. A double kill for Kikis. 2 members of OG remaining. There's some wave clear here. Can they pull off a miracle play? Focused faces on the side of G2.
It's got to be double in here, but then go for the Baron at this point. There's no smite available for 45 seconds. Soaz and Power of Evil have just got to try and deter this Baron for as long as possible. Both of them will die to Emperor in a prolonged little skirmish where Emperor can get damage off. So now they have to catch them with split decision-making on this Baron. Their Baron clear isn't the fastest here, but with not a lot of people around, I say not the fastest, it's going down pretty quickly at this point.
Lucian at 37 minutes?
Yeah, you're right. I was looking at it like 3 people, maybe not so good. That's pretty quick.
Shockwave's up. Will it get stolen? Power of Evil fires the trigger, and it is secured by G2. Good smite hands from Trick. Soaz and Power of Evil decide not to go in, and
they're just buying time now for the top and mid wave to push all the way in. Soaz is looking for a flank, but there are wards there. They're buying time. Now they step up to the plate.
Oh, that tower does not have long for this world. Will get chunked down. The Baron, empowered Siege Minion, gets that tower down. 1 or 2 more hits. Emperor's going to step forward, use the passive. Ooh, Dredge line. So close to finding Emperor, but I think he just dashed away. As G2 are now looking at the 3rd inhibitor. Look at the minimap. Trick is trying to get that Baron buff onto the supers, let them push forward. So is it amazing. They have to deal with it, which means the bottom inhibitor is exposed. Emperor will be taking this one down. Depth charge will be available from Miffy, his ultimate in a few seconds, and the shockwave is good, but Emperor is able to flash away. Miffy will be the first victim of the fight as Perks is running amok for the back line. He stays alive thanks to the tomb, still has an hourglass to go golden as Emperor finds one more. Power of Evil is forced to run with nothing left to do, and G2 pick up their 11th win, 12th win, and sit singly in first place. It's not a good week for my win moment, Stress.
It's a good week for G2 though right now. Not only do you lock a playoff spot, you take down one of the European representatives that are going to IEM. You can say, well, we'll see how that goes for you, but we've locked our wins in the books.
Giants are a team that are 2 wins and 11 losses. And they've picked themselves a team composition that looks exceptionally difficult to pull off because there's not a lot of comeback mechanics, shall we say.
No, there really aren't. And good luck poking when you have no minions. You've got an Ahri, you've got a Caitlyn, both champions that will neutralize the single lane push from Giants.
And they're opting into a poke comp with a first pick brawl.
Yep, there's that as well.
How did it take me this long to realize the unbreakable? So Vander, if he can position himself between Giants and the rest of his squad, all of the tools for Odo and Jankos to engage will be there. So I don't know. Early game's going to be so important for Giants to make sure they don't fall behind and don't start to get picked off by this Nautilus, Ahri, Braum combination.
I think the problem here, though, is so Nidalee is very good at clearing her jungle, getting into the enemy jungle. Now you've got to go up against Jankos in his own jungle as Lee Sin, with the potential support coming from the likes of Ahri and Nautilus. If you take a bad skirmish in the early game from Batang, this game could just fall completely out of Giants in any respect.
Yeah, it really can. The coach is shaking hands as they walk off stage, and I loved hearing from Bri that final quote or final sections of the video saying, well, if your players fail, it's because the coach, or he feels, did not find a way to explain what they could do. You guys at home, see if you agree with him. Hit us up on Twitter at LOL Esports with that hashtag H2K win if they will tie up G2 Esports at the top of the table, or hashtag GIA win if you think Giants will pull off the biggest upset of the spring split.
Oh, it's horrible to see the amount of damage that gets traded back and forth, but top lane, Atom's in trouble.
Jankos goes full Chuck Norris and kicks Atom at the roundhouse into Odo's hands.
Easy work to first blood there. Atom didn't even have the time to flash because it was the flash into kick.
They may not want to bite off more than they can shoot.
Yeah, you could see H2K, as soon as they had vision on Godfrey, as soon as they had vision on Adri, it was just a back away game, but Odo Amne.
Good damage from Batong Yaka. Jankos is the next target. Dredgeline pulls Batong back. He's running out of mana. Ace in the hole, and the rest of H2K secure their second easily kill.
Oh, and the problem for Giants is they have no tank, and H2K is getting very far ahead in this setup. 2-0 on this game. Sunfire Cape already has a fair amount of gold, or did have a fair amount of gold now as he's backed away, picked himself up a Glacial Shroud.
Oh, it's a scary situation to be in. Vander's not that tanky yet. Just Swifties and that Sightstone.
But it's the hidden tankiness, right?
Yeah.
It's when he brings up Unbreakable. Teleport comes top lane, Godfrey, he's locked down.
He's gonna flash, but you can't
To the
flash
hook.
the mine. Hook connects. Adri's gonna be the focus of Vander and Yankos. He's killed by the Glacial Fissure.
The 2v1.
He's got 7 seconds left before the dredge line is available. There's a flash and a dash.
Oh,
Oh,
whoa.
Baton fails the leap. He didn't make it over. I'm quite confident.
The animation started. I think Betong thought he was over in that situation, but, well, maybe if Giants seem to be getting lost so often, maybe they can ask Adri if he's got a map. But
No.
Odo Amne in the bottom lane.
out.
He's going to try and 2v1 this. He's got Sunfire Cape and a lot of ability to just run away with these slows.
Yeah, that Riptide does really good work. Dredge line
He's gonna turn.
away. A flash forward from Batong Yaka. Branda comes in with Stand behind me. He puts down the Fisher. Batong Yaka gets pulled back in, and it's Odo that gets the kill. They're not done yet, and Atom will be the target. He quick draws away, dodges a few skill shots before a flash stun locks him in place. Giants were so desperate to make a play.
Kind of what you'd expect, and so, even in some games performing what Giants are doing. Forgiven now gets caught.
He does, and look at the damage from Peppy. It's very, very good. An aggressive flash forward, but a defensive flash from Forgiven means that he gets away from the Monsoon. Red like a book, and Godfrey goes down. The dredge line onto Atom means H2K will find another kill as the Hex Drinker will time out. Ryu's looking for a third, and Odo Omni can tank those skill shots for days.
Well, Jana, you can see she's a good pick to facilitate a siege comp, but when you're then trying to go aggressive against somebody the likes of a Caitlyn, trying to make those flash plays, does not have a lot of damage himself.
No.
He's got a Hex Drinker, he's got Death Stance, which he had from the beginning as his first item, and now he's got Last Whisper. Last Whisper is not a very efficient item right now. It's so difficult to chunk through armor. TP's coming in, though, could potentially be a fight as Ult gets blocked.
It does. The Unbreakable will deny that. Baron is still beating away on Vander, and he's killed by the collateral damage. That's a pickup. Baron did not reset. In actual fact, it's going very, very low. H2K decide to re-engage. Baron's picked up by Giants. They're going to even up the gold gap, but they've lost Batong Yoka. Giants are trying to peel away with their lives. Atom will use the Hex Drinker to stay alive. He takes down Ryu. Odo is still up, but not for much longer. And all of a sudden, the B word happens and Giants claw back into it.
H2K with the misplay. They didn't adjust properly after starting that Baron. There was no real decisive call being made, and
Well worth indeed if you're H2K. Only the third Dragon of the game at 33 minutes, 32 minutes. But it doesn't really matter when you consider H2K have all of the map control, really. Every time there's a play or something happening, it's at H2K's decision. Atom's gonna get bonked on the head by Odo Wamnet with those passives, those autos, and Forgiven's now on the front line. Remember, there's no tank from Giants. Ryu's used the Spur Rush. He continues to push forward. Atom is still tanking up the team. That Graves is very, very beefy. Javelin Toss will not find anybody. Stand behind me. Comes out from Vander. Unbreakable's been used to block the damage. Nobody's gone down yet, and everything's been thrown into the mid lane.
there may not be a full-on tank for Giants, but look at how much damage Atom was able to soak up with the Sterix, with the Hex Drinker and the Death Stance. 3 hybrid defense and offense items there to keep him alive. Makes him very difficult to deal with, including the passive as well.
Yeah, I think by this point, we're going to call him a non-traditional tank. But Song Yoka does get caught out. Teleport's been used by Odo.
Forgiven's
He's
down.
coming in from behind, but Forgiven is down. Odo wants to put damage and wants to put AoE down. There is no depth charge available, and he's been killed by Giants. Giants pick up their 6th kill. They're not done yet. The minions will get to this tower shortly. And all of a sudden, Giants take the lead.
And you can see how well Giants can kite back once the fight has already begun. Yes, the Nautilus has damage if he can auto, has CC if he can auto you and lock you down, but if you've got an Ezreal that's jumping backwards, a Corki that's jumping backwards as well, TP onto the minion, Giants may be looking to wrap this game up fairly quickly.
There is still 25 seconds before Odo's up. Forgiven's back in 10. There's supers to deal with.
I mean, Giants are trying to set a Baron with a wave behind them and the Rift Scuttler up. This is not the best scenario. They're doing it
But look
very
how quick
quickly,
it's
though.
going
That is
down.
dying so fast.
There is so much damage. Giants sneak a Baron. Giants looking to reset. The inhibitor should be respawning shortly, has just done so. And all of a sudden, the pressure is now on this turret. It will fall with 1 or 2 more hits, but Vander's playing defensive duty. He's trying to catch it. The upgrade pulls up. Godfrey gets caught, and he's taken out. With Godfrey down, there's no more Monsoon for a reset. Pepe's found by Jankos as well. Kicked on the back foot. Odo and Jankos are trying to play catch with all of Giants. They've traded a support for a jungler, but they've lost an inhibitor in the trade, and Forgiven's going low. Giants are on the cusp of taking down one of Europe's best teams.
Atom got right in the face of Forgiven and denied him entry to the team fight. Now Forgiven, full health, comes back to the fight.
It does indeed, but Tongyaka is killed. Giants stick around far too long. They get supers in the middle lane, but there's minute-long death timers.
That's when they start the Baron. Problem is, there's wards already in the Baron pit.
There is a lot of
Are they
wards.
really starting that with 2 wards there?
They certainly are.
I mean, you know they're going to use Blue Trinket anyway, but...
Gonna find them. Odo connects with the wall with the dredge line and gonna back away. So they've at least stopped the Baron attempt for now. Dredge line number 2 will not find a target. Atom held his nerve and has not teleported. So he's gonna be able to expose, if not kill, this in-hit.
This is a situation that they needed. Do not commit to the Baron now, Giants. All you have to do is posture around the area and threaten the attempt. Now they get engaged on.
Everybody from H2K is going forward. There's no front line for Giants. They needed Atom. Atom's taken the inhibitor. He has minions pushing with him onto the Nexus turret. Can Giants play spoiler?
Recalls here, though.
There are recalls coming in, but Tongyaka gets caught by Odo. But as long as Odo's busy, Jankos is going to be jumping onto Atom. There's a fight in the Baron pit as Ryu and Vander are looking for Godfred. Eye of the Storm will keep Godfred alive. He continues to stay alive. Odo finally kills down Tongyaka. Well, Atom, I think, made it out of the base.
Look at the traps. This is so good. They know they've got a slow Baron clear, so place 2 traps on either entrance. Make sure nobody can come down that ramp. Ezreal ult is coming, but it's too early and not enough damage. Nothing really to be done here. Tongyaka still not around. That's going to be the Baron.
It does go to H2K. There's no contest. They may be stuck in the pit. The recalls come out, and they're not interrupted. Oh, Vander's actually going to flash over the wall. Drop portal working in their favor. Jankos looking for the flank opportunity, looking for a target to kick. He's got a flash available as well. The opportunity is here. If somebody steps on a trap, Atom takes a gigantic hit from Forgiven. Dredge line is going to follow through, and Pepe! Ryu finally finds his man. Atom is thrown up into the air for days. He will follow shortly, but Tongyaka goes down, and Atom finally goes out. The GA is popped. It's a double kill for Forgiven. Oh, there's some celebration from H2K, but that was very, very close. With 1 minute death timers, they're pushing for the base.
Jankos puts the marker on the floor, and X marked the spot for Ryu of where he had to charm. Completely in tune with each other, the two of them. The kick into the charm. Giants want to try and stop the push here from H2K. They want to take the inhibitor just to start spawning supers. This is a last-ditch attempt here from the Giants. They're not going to get it, but they slowed the minions, if nothing else. Has Odo Amne got the tankiness to survive through? I don't think so, actually. With this minion wave, this is the end of the game.
It may just be. It's going to be dramatic, just like the rest of the match. Jankos connects the Sonic Wave with Origen, continues to chase forward. Dragon's Rage backwards into a rewarp of Deception. That's 2 more kills for H2K. The Nexus turrets fall, and what was a dramatic finish. H2K finished the weekend undefeated. Forgiven goes uncontested and continues to prove why he is one of the best AD carries in Europe.
It is actually, I was going to say his most played, but Ari, Lissandra, and LeBlanc will sit 2 games apiece, and Lulu for Senkux. So we know he's got the chops on it. Can he get past Fox Victor? It's another wave clear mid laner for Fox. Is able to just sit there, hold the game for himself. Steelback is the one that they're really looking at for this game. Now we've got to look at the impact of this Rammus. Can he get it to go from lane to lane fast enough? Can he provide the taunts in situations where he needs them in fights? Maybe it's on the Fiora as she's trying to dive into the backline. Maybe you catch her on the way through.
Maybe. Gonna be pressure on Unicorns of Love to figure it out. I want to go back to that story that you mentioned, Stress. Invisible members of the Unicorns of Love in terms of the impact and the presence they bring the game cannot afford to have that if they want to pick up a win here against Splyce. Rammus and Gragas, you know, UOLCS is the second time back on stage with UOL. You're about to see the team comps if you guys think it's going to be enough. Hashtag UOL win. Or if you think the young upstarts can actually close the game. They had a good opportunity against OG yesterday, but failed at the final hurdles, really. Hashtag spy win. If you're going to send them on a mission. Thanks to UOLCS using the cast
He's coming
earlier,
down the river.
there is no initiation. Ooh. The flame misses, and that's
a
not
rough
something we're used to seeing with Hilly. But Splyce managed to make it away, so still even on gold. The outer turret is available. Let's look for a target to get caught out. Barrel roll forward. Wonder where he's gone forward. Wow.
Didn't ult. You like the phrase. You like the phrase "staying alive" this week, don't you?
I know. I don't know why.
You nearly burst out in song earlier. Yeah. You did like a remix version. For those of you that don't know,
oh, failed that one. Nisbet did not combo, but the body slam finds Copy. There's a disengaged barrel that actually helps Trashy get away, and the teleport from Chachi, as well as Fate's Call, is used. All of Unicorns are grouped and stacked. They've used a lot of their abilities. Charm will connect on Hilly, but it just buys time. Tremors and defensive ball curl just to take down the tower. Nisbet is interrupted once again. Will get stunned by the gravity field, and there is no will strong enough to survive against 5 members of the Unicorns. In actual fact, UOL are doing exactly what they intended. Now, this is something we can only find out by talking to Sheepy, by talking to the players. Trashy's going to have a lot to talk about because he's going to get taken out.
Reminds me of Robot Wars, if I'm being honest. Yeah. Like, as if somebody created
back. Well,
that.
It is a Kickstarter to try to get that back. Right, here's the fight that we talked about right at the beginning of the game. Chachi actually doesn't want it. Grand Challenge comes down, no QSS to get rid of it, and Trashy will come to help out, so even if Chachi could have won, Trashy will finish this off. Kill secured by... Oh! You flashed. What's this for?
The Q? Where's the Q?
Baron? Look at the rest of the team.
Yeah, but
look at the mini map.
The Q.
Chachi's taking them on a run. Teleport is available. The body slam flash! That was very well played by UOLCS. Baron was not actually started. There's a kill for Senkax, and it's traded for a suicide!
Oh, the length of the lane was long enough. In come the rest of the Unicorns catching out Senkax, and man, Chachi, great flash, kept him alive.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen of Berlin. When we hear a massive crowd erupt for a Powerball execute, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of guys in the crowd with Rammus hats. This is for you.
It may have not been the $1 billion jackpot for Visit Chachi, but that one he certainly had the number of Splyce to get out of that situation.
He did, indeed. Tower number 6 falls, only inhibitors remaining. Chaos Storm is down, Death Sentence finds Trashy and pulls him back in, but Fox is caught by the headbutt pole of Nisbet. It finds a target this time. A flash forward as Fox is trying to siphon power, and another Death Sentence. Kobe flashes over the wall. Here comes Chachi. There's earthquakes aplenty as the tremors and the pulverize go down, but it's Splyce that lose 2.
Splyce lose 2 off the Unicorns, coming in aggressive once again, and Splyce just seemed to be out of position, not respecting the vision control that the Unicorns already have in this game, and they're just trying to contest when they don't really have the options available to them. The same thing's happening again here. Look at Wonderwear, Nisbet, Senkax all roaming down. Chachi's taunted, it just brings him closer.
That was a great job.
Good hold on the taunt.
Yeah, after a post ends, then Wonderwear gets the puncturing taunt to the face. Fate's Call knocks Nisbet up in the air, and a body slam sends him back to base. Steelback is on a killing spree. Sheepy down in the corner of your screen. He's pretty happy with that performance, I can tell. And yes, we'll have to ask the question. Slow and steady wins the race, boys.
Not
anymore. Now, let's be fair. In the last 10 minutes, 5 additional kills, 2 additional towers. The threat of Baron now was the tipping point where Splyce may not be able to come back from. They will take a reply turret.
Yeah, they have one in the mid lane just because of the way that Unicorns had to back themselves away, couldn't really afford to take another fight on the health they were in. So it means Splyce do manage to strangle back a little bit in this game for themselves, but certainly the Unicorns still in full control.
Yeah, they are. Chachi's grabbed himself that QSS to deal with all of the threats available, and look at Steelback. Here's the Baron play. Actually, the vision is not the greatest in terms of the jungle, but Hilly's got full vision on the Splyce team. Teleport's available for Wonderway. Blue ward comes down. Tremors is used. They're trying to rush the Baron. Unicorns of Love should be able to secure this before Splyce can even arrive.
Yep.
Smite plus Rain, and it's done so. Hilly's even going to be fighting the rest of Splyce, zoning them away. Nisbet goes down shortly thereafter, and there's no flash for EULCS to follow on the body slam, despite having the explosive cask. Now, UOL, they have all of your energy. Why is it crying? As Unicorns now push down through the middle lane with Baron buff.
See, this is why I needed Pulse. Pulse would have been all over that.
Oh, yeah, I
Why
get
is
it now.
he? God.
Yeah,
God, Trevor.
I know, Pulse is shaking.
Showing your age.
I've done that multiple times in this past, actually.
Thunderbirds, what are we
It's
going
a
with
new
next? Stingray?
thing.
Captain Scarlet?
No, probably Kit.
Kit. Oh, Nightbreakers as Unicorns of Love at 8-0. We still got a long way to go. Senkuk's got blasted apart.
Death sentence from Hilly.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
and Chachi.
taunt. Flash over the wall. Flash taunt. They predicted
Taunt
into
to
the
taunt.
play as well. And the man that bursts Senkuk's down, Fox, is the one that secures the kill. 4-0-2. So about those invisible players we talked about, less invisible against Splyce.
In practice, it's going so well. Everything's been better. I'm not seeing. And they have had freedom in this game to make plays. Trashy's gone.
Yeah, he gets caught out. Hylissang finds a death sentence when it counts. After missing just a couple in the mid-game, he strung them back to back to back.
EULCS with his 90% kill participation is 3 levels up on Trashy in this jungle matchup. EULCS is so far ahead.
Yeah, plus 50 CS, plus 9 assists. Minion wave pushing its way in.
Disrespect of just running through the base.
There's no minions there. They're about to time out. This was the push in that Unicorn set up about 2 minutes ago. Baron will just time. Plus 5,100 gold in the power play. That was fantastic. They've got an inhibitor. They've got another one exposed. And Wonderware is looking for a target to challenge, but it simply will not be grand enough. Powerball knocks Nisbet up. Tremors goes down. USS is a pull from Chachi. Nisbet and Wonderware are on the back line, running away with their lives. Copy's already forced to heal. He's got flash, but won't be needed. There is a kill onto Fox, but he trades his life for Senkuk's as Steelback picks up the 4th of the game.
It's going to be Inhibitor right now with a teleport coming through from Bizichachi.
The taunt onto Kobe. He tried to flash away, but it was simply not quick enough. Chachi is now stuck in the middle of the team. Steelback's hopping backwards with that passive. QSS comes out. He's alive. Doesn't get the kill, and Steelback stays alive. Still unkilled, still undefeated, as finally they take down Wonderware. Hylissang gave his life for that defense, but there's 2 inhibitors down, and it's the 2 as if the numbers. Unicorns now grouped up in this middle lane. The threat of a Powerball is just so great. Flash will be available fairly soon if they want to, and Death Sentence connects onto Wonderware. Riposte will keep himself alive for a little while. Nisbet knocks up Fox and Hilly. They're deciding to engage. Splyce are down 10k, and with Wonderware on the Death Sentence, that might be his death. It is! The Chaos Storm takes him out. Trashy goes low, but the focus will be the tower. Tremors is ticking away. Chachi Powerball. Hylissang finds Senkuk, and Fate Call knocks him up into the air. A retreat from Splyce as the Unicorns of Love, slow to start, but so strong to finish. They bounce back, take down the Nexus, and Hilly is hitting everything. Oh, they're not done yet.
They want more kills, Trevor.
Another
He gets Trashy again. Another one.
Finally, Unicorns of Love take down Splyce. Expected, cool, calm, collected.
Yeah.
We're going full team fight here.
Yeah.
And like zoning, protecting tabs, make sure tabs can just stand still. He never has to move. Like 3-man front line combined with a wall
It's such a cool composition.
to protect tabs. Only problem for Roccat is if anything gets to tabs, only the outside can kind of headbutt you away. Everyone else is going to struggle to kind of disengage it.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of CC. Like every member here outside of tabs is running either knock up or stun. So Roccat is basically saying, we go late game, we protect our AD carry, he stands still, we kill you. It's on Fnatic now to play aggressive in the mid game, something the team hasn't done very well before, or at least the last few weeks, where it's been protect Reckless, go 40 minutes, win game.
Right, and I'm even looking at the composition from Fnatic now and seeing what are the options, right? Because you have Lysandra, we've spoken a lot about the pick and being great at jumping into the backline and stalling out the AD carry, and I think that may even be the linchpin of these team fights as we get into it. Because Graves, he's going to be not right in the front lines. He's not going to be on the enemy AD carry. He's going to be fighting the bruises at the front. So I feel like Fevman's going to have to do a lot in this matchup to shut down the Ogmore.
I mean, Fnatic is about playing on 3 lanes at once and then create a lot of picks, you know, catch Roccat when they're off guard and you're pushed in every single lane and just take down these towers. That's how you want to win the game.
Well, we're about to get into game, ladies and gentlemen. Fnatic versus Roccat here. We'll see who comes out on top as we get onto the Rift. Flash out of the headbutt there. So actually gets the flash away. Top lane, Gamsu may not be so lucky. Throws out the Q real quick, but Freddy will follow the dredge line. This could very well be a kill. They're slowly killing him, but Spirit's actually coming out there. First blood goes over to Freddy, and now in this 1v2, he should be good to go. Was thinking about going in with the resonating strike there, but decides better of it. First blood to Roccat.
And I know it's very easy now. Oh, let's talk about it after, because February is going to kill Freddy.
He's looking for bloods, and Freddy, not much he can do. He's going to be sinking to the bottom of the ocean there, and a kill traded in return.
So quite a few things happen. Save like almost no time, but it's fine. Gang in mid.
He's speed running top lane and looking for another gang on the mid lane, and Betsy does not have his passive, and he's just going to go straight down with the Ring of Frost coming out from Fevman. Hey, that's what you said in Champ Select, man. You come mid lane with both your ultimates, and the mid lane's probably dead. Interesting to see it earlier and earlier on as these item builds. Noxiat maybe cutting out in the mid lane. Pops the Unbreakable will, and the rest of the team is behind him. Freddy is coming in from the top side. Reckless drags in the support. Nice knockback from the Fate's Call. Fevman goes deep, hits the ultimate onto 4 people, but he instantly gets blown up. No one is able to touch Tabs right now. He has this massive front line in front of him. If the Cockmore doesn't die at the start of the fight, you're going to have a bad time.
Still though, 18 minutes in here, Fnatic picking the right time to fight, because then suddenly you can, it's about giving you the option of saying, oh, do we actually want to fight bot lane now? Fine. Go down with our AD carry, go down with the rest of the team, and then use TP from Lysandra, and we fight. If they keep pushing, you know, the option of it.
But
Betsy's getting destroyed.
It could be pretty good here. Here comes the egg, and there's actually no spears coming out because the Ren was already used, but Spirit already has enough damage, especially when Fevman arrives, and that's a kill onto Betsy. This will be the mid lane turret being punched in. Tabs is sat in the top lane. He'll have to go for a swift recall. Fnatic might be able to take this inner.
Another situation, though, where Fnatic are moving into the jungle, into the blue side jungle of Roccat, and then Betsy has a very hard time positioning in lane because he doesn't know where they're coming from, and suddenly 2 or 3, 4 guys show up and they kill him again. Now the wave play is gone, another tower, so Fnatic been getting a lot of objectives by making very simple but smart decisions. The Kalista, so it's funny with all these trades that can happen. Dragon 145, Roccat is around Baron.
Oh man.
They're just gonna rush down. Gamsu is pushing, he has teleport. Fevman is coming in. This is super risky and not a great call in my opinion.
But they carry on with it. Tabs is wearing off of his W. He's now down in DPS, and this will be coming back up again. Spirit's going to have to come out for the steal to make it happen, and he comes over the wall and actually gets it. Now with Gamsu heading into the pit, this is a bloodbath for both teams. We just have to see who emerges out on top after this brawl. Noxiat's going to be falling here. Spirit, Fevman, Cly all die, and Reckless is trying to cut around. That's the quadra kill coming out for Tabs, looking to kill the entire team. He finally gets shut down, and Freddy and Airwax trying to take out Gamsu, but Graves, he's got all this damage. He's ticking down the blink. And finally, Airwax finishes off the fight. The last man standing after that fight is Airwax.
So Roccat saw Gamsu pushing on bottom and saying it's too late to go stop him right now without giving up some of the Baron pressure. Let's stop the Baron. If Fnatic shows up, we can fight them. We want a team fight. We are the team fighting team right now. Baron ends up actually going all the way down, and Spirit steals it. Then the fight breaks out. Fevman was teleporting in. Gamsu teleported in extremely late. He joined when like the Baron was already dead. That's when he started teleporting.
Just in case Fnatic decide to cut them off in the rotation. Now Noxack is still zoning, so is Freddy. Klein coming in here, trying to get that smite in range, but they'll go for the full-blown fight with the Fate's Call coming down onto Tabs, but now he's completely untouched. People need to start cutting away from him, but great ultimate in there by Spirit to zone him away. M from Roccat is so low, and that is Aspect out for Fnatic, chasing down Airwax. He's still in range of the kick. He'll follow through. Nice knock-up as he comes in there, but Airwax just trying to delay the time on Fnatic. Spirit will take him down eventually, but it will take some time. That's all Airwax is looking for.
So what a team fight again here. Fnatic ends up winning it. A big part of that fight was actually a change that happened to Lee Sin some time ago, where if he kicks a big, beefy tank, it does extra damage. He kicked Freddy right in the face of Taps, and Taps took like 50% of the HP, instantly gone from kicking in a tank. So great fight there for Spirit, and they're going in again.
Kevin jumps in with the glacial path. There comes the W. Everyone's being locked down. Taps already taken out by Reckless and Gamsu combined. What an exceptional engage there from Fnatic. Now taking down the inhibitor. That's 4 people down. Noxack is the only one alive. And just like that, at 35 minutes into the game with all of this lead up, Fnatic may just close out the game. They have Aspect. These towers are like paper. And Fnatic completely destroy Roccat in that one after 2 big team fights. Be closing in on this Nexus and be taking the win over Roccat.
Hey, we talked about the 5 dragons being built up by Fnatic. Roccat couldn't win the last team fight. And that's it. Like, that's the issue when you build so much late game scaling. Yes, you might hit a point where you're technically strong enough to win, but you're often so far behind if you make one mistake, the game is over then. So Roccat lost that last crucial team fight. Dragon 5 for Fnatic. Next push is easy. Elements with their lane assignments are kind of saying if you get standard lanes, we have a good 2v2 bot lane and we have the Graves top. Great. Now we just gotta worry about mid lane and then the middle lane. If it's a lane swap, fine. Our Gragas now gets to farm to level 6. He's more than fine with that as well.
So probably gonna see that in the early game. We'll see which team decides to initiate it, but we'll be getting into this game very shortly. So very interesting compositions. Quinn mid has been very fun to watch. I mean, it's very explosive.
Yeah.
Actually has a lot of kill pressure in lane versus a lot of mid laners right now who are just like kind of farm mids. You've got like Lissandra and Victor, and it's like, we're going to farm waves like 20 minutes and I'm going to join the team.
Quinn is definitely very different. You know, as soon as you can get out of the lane, you do, and you start going to the side lanes and you just ward up your river with pinks and then push it out with Quinn, and she then pops her ulti and like roams around the map crazily. Crazily, is that a word?
Yeah, you
sure.
can use that in that context. Absolutely.
There you go.
Artificial.
English lessons.
There we go. And jump on Twitter and teach us some English, and also vote on this game. Hashtag VIT win and hashtag EL win to get in your vote for this matchup. We'll see how this one will turn out. And ultimately, that was actually Northern swapping back up. You saw them at the 26th
surprise,
mark, where they have to swap it around. And then Cabochard will be taking that one to the Rift. But it's the final match of Week 7 here at the European LCS ahead of Katowice. So we'll see how this all shakes out as we get onto the Rift with Vitality and Elements.
20-25 minutes if you can start relaxing a little bit. Spraddle looking for another hook. Gillis gonna gank him, and oh, he's surprising Vitality going for Kasing.
He pops the box as well. Kasing is dropping low, but he's instantly going to gobble up the Thresh. He's dropping low coming out from the E, and Kasing may actually just go down here. First blood over to Rales. That's a really nice setup by Spraddle.
Yeah, really like it, because he goes in, and like normally you always aim to hook the AD carry, but in this case, Kasing can just eat that AD carry then and like take him out with him. So Kasing clearly got surprised, ends up getting hooked and dies. Steve on top lane though.
Lining him up for the Javelin coming out from Shook. He's actually canning around this tower, and Shook should be able to take him down. Gets the flash away from the tower. Ica responds, but it's just a couple seconds too late to really capitalize on them underneath the tower.
And this again was part of the game plan for Vitality. Just play it fairly safe, get a few more levels, and then you can still use that Nidalee to set up these aggressive dives. You can still start invading into the jungle because you are still very strong. Super easy dive for them. They get another teleport from Ica. First one used back to lane. Second one used top lane now. You don't have to go for that dive bot lane. It's still a good option, but just take mid tower here. Poke it down with it. Spraddle going in though.
Flash hook onto Kasing once again. Gillis is here for the gang, but there's TPs coming in for reaction. Kasing actually just goes down, doesn't even pop the Greyhound. Cabochard now comes into the mix, instantly exhausted out as the Riptide comes through. And Steve was already there, so a nice pickup by Elements. That's another nice 1-for-0 as the push comes in. Vitality can't take this down. Top lane still being pushed in. Just to touch on this matchup again, like, I actually feel once you have Sunfire Cape, oh no, Steve, that's not where you want to be. And take extra damage from the Javelin as they jump in. Flash staggering blow, follows up with the Titan's Wrath damage. Shook just raining down the auto attacks, and Javelin's coming out, waiting for the takedown. Cabochard even just waits there, takes another tower shot, as clean as it can be.
I think the crowd went shook as he picked up the kill. Sadly for Steve, I mean, we talked about it before. We've seen this. You push it in, Nidalee comes up, Gragas can't really respond, you pick up the kill. Normally you would have to mirror the play, so GIA would then have to rush bot lane. They're already doing fine in 2v2, so they're getting a tower anyway. I guess this has been happening a few times.
Ticking down. Whoa, that was actually enough damage. I think that was the last tick. I was not expecting him to die there. Perfectly calculated by Nukeduck. That's gotta feel bad.
The kill. Top tower went down as well, and now this mid tower is open.
Oh no.
Oh no.
This is the darkest time. Oh. Ica though. Bible thump. Whoop. Doesn't quite connect. Cabochard maybe still under attack by Sproul. He's good to go. His pink horse all over the map.
Got a mad life in there.
Steve though, nuked up.
Ah, we almost saw it.
There we go. I mean, it was close enough, and that was a nice rotation into the bottom lane. Steve, kind of more of a drone than a cheer there from the crowd.
21 minutes in, 5 kills, pushing on mid tower. IK is here, and he's getting jumped on instantly.
Depth charge. Whew, takes the javelin as well. He'll go back into lane because he's still able to offer the death ray at long range. GIA comes in for the engage. Nice flash E and the ultimate, but he's being bursted so quickly. He'll take the lantern, but he still goes down. That was still a death sentence for him. 1-0. Nice pick by Vitality. They should be able to convert this into a tower. Culling use, but Kasing's going to block it, so they have these 2 minions remaining. So they're able to keep up the damage on the tower. Not going to happen just yet.
Cabochard becomes very hard to kill. Also, when he has a time kinch, worst case, obviously you don't want to use that on Nautilus. And he's sitting ready, because now we start getting that Baron bait. We're getting far enough into the game where Baron is in. Fine option, wait for overextension from elements, and then TP in behind them, and that's it.
Yes. Yeah, the package is ready as well from Kiana. He's just waiting for someone to come near the Baron pit. Maybe like Gilius. Here comes the teleport from both top laners. Cabochard comes in. There's the depth charge. And Steve is right there tanking up the damage. But instantly Kasing gets all those stacks, spits him out into the team. He'll go over the wall. That death stance did not help him right there. Now Vitality are being chunked back as Ica comes in. There comes the death ray, but Kiana's already out of the fray. Sproul turns around trying to connect that Q. And Nukeduck is falling off that sustained damage. Good disengage by Gilius. But now Elements just kind of want to get out of it. Ica will definitely take this Dark Patches back to the safety of his team, or relative safety, now that Vitality go to the top lane. But with all that pressure generated and the kill onto Steve, this will result in yet another tower.
Yeah, and because Elements hasn't been able to push past their own river, or the river itself, at any point almost the last 10 minutes.
Even middle of the table teams, like, everyone needs to adapt when things aren't working anymore, and before teams start figuring out, like even G2, they've been playing a lot slower now.
And this is where we have the moment where you start the Baron and the other team is now not ready because you've constantly been around that Baron.
Into the top side. It's like, if you're not going to build a Cabochard, I'm going to build it. We need some minions in this game.
The DC run.
Alright,
not gonna do a whole lot.
Onto Ica. I feel like this is going to go too well for Elements. Sproul's now being chased down, got the Dust Blade on top of him, but Shook is actually the first casualty of the fight. Nukeduck getting a little bit of damage onto Steve. He's going to get licked though. There's the ultimate backing away. He's going to be flashing out of this fight, and Ica gets blown up by Nukeduck on the sidelines of the fight. Now Gliss comes in once again. This might be the rallying call for Elements, or the rallying call to go back to base. And Sproul taking more damage from Kiana, and these long-range carries taking so much damage onto the enemy team, dealing so much of it rather. Steve also getting blinded. He can't run forward. He doesn't know what's going on. He's got a bird in his face. You can keep yelling Steve, but it's not going to make it any better. 0-4-1. He's been farming a lot this game, and is starting to itemize now, but even though he was starting to sting in that last team fight,
has to be a steal right here.
Too far ahead, Gilius. I mean, what are you going to do? Like, there's so much single target CC. Now we're going to have a fight in the backline. Nukeduck is just going Rambo. He's just going it happens to the best of us.
To be fair, he was blinded.
That is true. He could have jumped behind him.
You never know.
But you don't know. It's just it's literally a shot in the dark, or in this case, 30. Now Sproul's going to be absolutely just blasted off the face of the earth. Steve, he's pretty tanky and is actually going to be following over Ica. They might be able to pick up a shot. Nope.
Kasing again.
Kasing exists in this game with Tam Kench. He's going to just do a little victory dance. Nukeduck speeding down the middle lane. Got to go fast.
Revenge.
Get onto Rales. Take him out. Whoa, that was dirty. That was a lot of damage coming out from the Dust Blade. Now Ica is not quite the right place to place down the gravity field. Now is not a time to use that. Pop. got him.
That was the dust blade. Only the other one he just destroyed.
No,
instead.
he died. Basically, if you get a kill while it's ticking down,
Sure,
it
yeah,
resets.
Resets still.
So,
I'm not even sure that was the damage,
So
so it doesn't matter.
But Vitality strangle out elements out of this game, and Vitality come up with a win here. They're gonna dive for Nexus as well, because why not? Pad those fancy stats, make it happen. Good job, Shock. Didn't even die. Vitality, what a win.
Control by
Save the game.
Vitality. Elements coming in playing the same style. Elements has been playing for a lot of the games. Vitality getting that pick in mid lane with Nuke Dog on Quinn. We've seen it time and time again. Gives mid lane control against his control mages.